Have you ever felt like the ground simply disappeared beneath your feet? As if the world kept spinning, people continued with their routines. But you were trapped in a deafening silence, as if something inside you had died along with the one who left. No one prepares you for this. No one teaches you that grief is not just sadness. It is confusion. It is anger. It is guilt. It is the collapse of what you believed you were. Carl Jung said that the most important experiences in life are not chosen by us. They choose us. And grief is one of them. For Jung, death does not merely represent the end of a life, but the beginning of a profound symbolic process. The loss of someone can activate powerful archetypes within the psyche, leading the soul down a path that, although painful, carries within it the possibility of rebirth. Grief, when experienced with awareness, does not just wound, it transforms. It invites us to a forced pause, a moment where certainties dissolve, and, in their place, questions arise that we would never have asked in times of stability. This state of suspension between who we were and who we are not yet is fertile. It is there that the psyche begins to work, silently reorganizing meanings, seeking sense, preparing the ground for a new way of being. Most people will tell you to move on, to occupy your mind, to be strong. But the truth is that ignoring the pain only feeds the emptiness. Jung did not believe in numbing suffering. He believed in going through it, because it is in this process that you find something that has been lost for a long time: yourself. And if you are here, listening to this, it is because you may have already felt that call. Perhaps you have already dreamed of the one who left. You may have felt a presence in the silence. You may have wondered if there is something beyond the pain, some meaning, some purpose. This video is an invitation, not to escape the pain, but to dive into it with awareness, because only those who have the courage to traverse the dark night of the soul find the light that does not come from outside, but from within. If you are ready to face what grief really means, not as an end, but as the beginning of an inner journey, then keep watching, because what you will discover here can transform your relationship with loss, with life, and with yourself. When Carl Jung wrote the Red Book, he was not just formulating a new psychological theory. He was trying not to go insane. He was trying to survive an internal collapse so deep that it almost consumed him completely. After breaking with Freud and witnessing his inner life fragment, Jung voluntarily plunged into a state of confrontation with the unconscious, a process he described as his dark night of the soul. During this period, he did not seek rational answers, but allowed himself to listen to what emerged from the psychic depths, even when those images seemed chaotic, violent, or absurd. And it was in this dive, in this surrender to the unknown, that he understood something essential. Certain pains do not come to be avoided. They come to radically transform us. Grief, from this perspective, is not an emotional accident or an isolated event. It is a symbolic crossing of the soul, a rite of passage that tears us from our previous state of consciousness and hurls us into a new psychic configuration. When we lose someone we deeply love, we do not just lose the person themselves, we also lose the psychic representations they held within us. We lose the symbolic ground. Sometimes that person was the pillar of security, the emotional anchor, the reflection of our childhood, or even the envisioned future we had idealized. Grief deconstructs these foundations, revealing not only the emptiness of absence, but the internal collapse of everything that was unconsciously supported by